Hi, this is Lara at Elliott Wave Stock Market with your daily analysis for the S&P 500 for the trading session dated Wednesday 18th of May, and I'm recording this video 10:15 in the evening New York time on Wednesday the 18th. This is our main wave count for the S&P on a daily chart, and we're expecting still further upwards movement. Primary wave 2 zigzag has to have a completed 5-wave structure for wave C black, which is subdividing as a simple impulse. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and now the 5th wave is subdividing with an extended 3rd wave in the middle of it. Within wave 5 blue so far we have 1, 2, and then within 3, 1, 2. We can't count this as 1, 2, 3, 4 because 4 would be in 1, so wave 3 pink is extending. Yesterday, after we saw this overshoot of the wide blue parallel channel here on the daily chart, we were expecting pretty strongly for price to be pulled back into the channel, and that's what's happened. At this stage I'll just leave the invalidation point down here, but pretty soon we're going to be moving it up to this low down here. As soon as we have trend channel confirmation of this trend change, at that stage we may expect we're within a 3rd wave upwards. Targets remain the same, where C black will reach equality with A and 5 blue will reach equality with 3 blue. We may expect the midline of this parallel channel to provide a little bit of resistance to upwards movement and maybe initiate a small correction before prices maybe going to slice on through the midline of this channel as we get towards the middle of this 3rd wave, and we may end up contained in the upper half of the channel for the latter part of this 5th wave at blue degree. We'll see how that one unfolds. Taking you now to our one and only hourly chart today, where the low for 2 green down here is this point down here. Here's our zigzag for 2, ABC, A and C almost perfectly equal, very, very close indeed. C falling just short of the lower edge of the parallel channel that's drawn first with a trend line from the start of A to the end of B, and a parallel copy placed here on A. We shouldn't be seeing any further movement below 1318.51 for quite some time now. At this stage it looks like we have a nice impulsive movement up. That's exactly what we were hoping to see and what we were expecting to see from the S&P today. Compare and contrast this piece of upwards movement with the pieces of movement in this downwards movement for the zigzag. This looks more cleanly impulsive and this looks more corrective. It's got more overlapping in it. This is exactly what we would expect to see, and we may be coming up to a correction fairly soon in tomorrow's session. For a little 2nd wave correction, we may expect wave 5 aqua here to reach equality with wave 1 aqua, so a very, very short-term target is about 1348.91, and then we may see a small 2nd wave correction. Technically, that 2nd wave correction may reach down to the start of wave 1 at 1318.51, but it may not move beyond that point. In reality, this is the middle of a 3rd wave, and we would expect the corrections to be relatively brief and shallow. The upper edge of this parallel channel may very well be a place where we're going to see a reasonable size correction develop, but again it should be relatively brief and shallow, but we may see a bounce from this point here. Our target for 3 green is the same as calculated yesterday. It will reach 1.618, the length of 1 green at 1392.77. So we're expecting again upwards movement from the S&P, a continuation of what we saw today. That's all for me today with your S&P analysis, and I hope that everyone else is looking forward and planning a most fabulous weekend.